So please understand the margin system in case of option trading. I am sure based on our discussions of last 3 days, it would have become abundantly clear to every one of you that the buyer of an option is not taking any risk. Since the buyer of an option is not taking any risk, obviously there is no requirement of margin in case of the options purchased by a person. But the seller of the option is definitely taking a risk because seller of the option has only obligation, he does not have any right. So depending on whether he is writing a call option or whether he is writing a put option, depending on the movement in the spot price, the situation of a writer of an option, call option or put option will become precarious, and therefore the stock exchanges in all such cases stipulate a margin to be kept by someone who is doing the job of writing of the options. So why does the situation becomes precarious? And that is in case if a person has written a call option. If a person has written a call option and the spot price is higher than the strike price, and therefore this call option writer has an obligation to pay the differential between the spot price minus the strike price, and that is the risk that he is carrying. The stock exchanges, to cover themselves against a likely default situation, will stipulate a margin in a case like this. Reverse is also true. So in case if a person is writing a put option, and when he is writing a put option, uh, if the price is going downward, right, and if the price has gone down lower than the strike price in case of a put option, remember, lower it goes, more precarious is the situation of writer of the option. But that means he has that much an obligation. That means strike price minus the spot price, this difference he is obligated to pay to the holder of the put option. And the stock exchanges, in order to cover that risk, will stipulate some margin, and that is the margin system in case of option trading. Let us understand the margin system which is applicable in case of option trading. So as we have discussed, number one, since the risk of the buyer of an option is limited to the premium paid by him, there is no margin requirement for the buyer of the option. The buyer's cost is limited only to the amount of premium, and therefore there is no margin applicable in case of buyer of the option. The risk of the option seller is unlimited, as we have understood, and therefore he needs to pay margin at the prescribed rate to the stock exchanges so as to safeguard against a likely default risk by the writer of the option. So that may be the call option or that may be the put option. There is something which is known as mark to market. So to reduce the default risk, the option position of the seller is marked to market.